One of the largest school districts in Connecticut is in New Haven, with more than about 40 schools and more than 19,000 students. And leading the district is Superintendent Dr. Madeline Negron, who joins me live this morning to talk about the upcoming school year. Good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
What are you excited about as we get ready for another fall school year?
That's the beauty about schools. Like every year, you get a fresh start. So I'm looking forward to a new beginning.
And this is your third year in this role. What kind of growth have you seen?
I am so proud of the work that we have done these last 2 years, working aggressively on re-engaging our students back into school. And we saw great numbers in terms of reducing our chronic absenteeism rate.
Especially coming off the heels of the pandemic, we saw so many challenges with that. Have we seen improvements in terms of learner engagement during this time?
Oh, as well, yes. We are re-engaging our students back into academics, back into what it means to be in school full time.
And we've been talking a lot about the federal funding cuts when it comes to schools across the country. In Connecticut, the impacts of that. Districts have had to make some tough decisions when it comes to budgets. Your school, for example, had to eliminate, 70 positions. Thankfully, you did not have to let go of any teachers. That's good news. You had to close a magnet school. How difficult is it to make these decisions, and will students feel the impact of this fall?
I will say that is the greatest challenge right now, not only for us as a large urban district, but for all of our districts throughout our nation. The resources are not there. We are dealing with decades of underfunding. And in my case, as you mentioned, with 40 schools, we had to make some very difficult decisions this year. That led to merging two schools and also led to a very recent closure. All of that aiming to protect the core offerings that we want to offer our students and make sure that we're holding on to our staff. With some creative measures, we were able, even though we had to close 77 positions, we were still able to retain our dedicated and committed staff. And that was priority number one. It was, how do we still continue to offer our students what they need so that they can receive their rights to a public education while holding on to the amazing talent that we have in the city of New Haven.
Are we expecting bigger class sizes or any impacts in that regard?
Well, right now, yes. We went from small class sizes where you could find a class of maybe 10, 12, where now we're going to be closer to the maximum. So you will see more classes of 25 and 27.
Some of your students have been very vocal trying to advocate for more funding. They've also echoed what you just said. Schools have been underfunded for years, especially in New Haven. Some of them traveled with Mayor Elliker to Hartford last year, talking about this, calling on lawmakers to fund places like New Haven more. They were pointing to some infrastructure issues like moldy classrooms, leaky rooftops. New Haven has some of the oldest schools in the state, which is hard to grapple with. Is some of that being addressed in the current budget, and what other support do you need from the state?
So again, that is the challenge, right? How do we figure out what we have to do in terms of the offerings to our students, while at the same time, how do we develop a capital plan to be able to make all these significant improvements that need to happen throughout all of our aging facilities? And right now, that is what we are working on. The difficulty is that there's not a lot of dollars at hand to be able to do that work. So it's, how do we do more with less? And also in terms of our capital projects, how do we prioritize? Which buildings are we going to tackle first? But yes, we are going to take advantage of submitting applications into our state so that we can develop a plan, and put it into action.
What are you most proud of? You're entering your third year in this leadership role. What are you most proud of as you look back at your tenure so far?
I have to say the support that I have received from the entire community, from the first day that I entered the role until now. Engaging with families, with students, with staff, with administrators. What is great to see is a community that is all there collectively because we all want to offer students, again, their right to a public education, and that we are a city that embraces everybody. We welcome everybody. We celebrate the diversity that exists among us and where everybody matters.
And on that note, we have a few weeks left of summer, so kids get ready for the school year to start. What's your message to families as we get ready for another school year?
Again, for families, I want to thank them for the effort that happened last year. I do need them to get those alarm clocks ready. I need your students in school every day. And kids, I am hoping to see you day one, Thursday the 28th.
All right, we're definitely excited. New Haven's a great city, and thank you so much for coming on this morning to talk
Thank
about all the
you.
great things happening in New
Yes.
Haven.